What's up, guys? CliffBeats, no script off the rip at the one and only.
Your girl Karen.
We are checking out Hank Williams Jr., A Country Boy Can Survive. Do me a favor, go subscribe. Please show love to Hank Williams Jr. Now, I believe I did this song as a special request maybe a year or so ago. I can't recall. But people were telling me I got to show Karen this.
All right.
Okay. Now, we're from the north, but let's see how a country boy can survive. Do you know Hank Williams Jr. at all?
I do not know.
Okay. I only know him from one song, to be completely honest, unless there's other ones I checked out that I can't recall. But let's see what we got here. Are you ready to rock?
I'm ready to roll. I assume this is country.
Well, a country boy can survive. I think the only country music that Karen's really covered was
He could be talking about surviving in any genre.
That's true. Well, yeah, you don't know yet. But I'm saying we also did Reba McEntire. I think was the only.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
That was the only country artist I think that Karen has seen so far. So if you have any suggestions, comment down below, right? But right now it's for Hank Williams Jr. Let's go. Hello. Mic check 1 2.
Says it's the end of time, and the Mississippi River, she's a going dry. The interest is up and the stock market's down, and you're only getting mugged if you go downtown.
How relatable is that right now?
Only getting mugged if you go downtown?
No, I'm talking about the interest rates being up, stock market
dropping every day.
Yeah.
And you're only getting mugged if you go downtown. I live back in the woods, you see, a woman and the kids and the dogs and me. I got a shotgun, a rifle, and a four-wheel drive, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. All day long, I can catch catfish from dusk till dawn. Make our own whiskey and our own smoke too. Ain't too many things these old boys can't do.
Hey now.
I do like how he speaks on that, because there are a lot of people, especially in like bigger cities, that aren't accustomed to being able to plow all day long or go catch fish, or you know what I'm saying, or to be able to create your own whiskey. A lot of stuff in the South or in these rural areas, people are able to live on their own without really any help.
I do like that.
We're like in the inner city, you pick up the phone and Uber Eats comes and drops something off. If that all disappears, we don't hunt. We don't, you know what I'm saying? So it's just
even simpler things like that, like, you know, he's probably going to go into now based of the short part that I had seen, but being able to even work machinery or fix, you know, a car, change a tire. A lot of people, I think, have lost that art because now we got used to AAA or, you know, whatever insurance will come and get you and they'll tow your car away, blah, 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 like all these fancy things. So I do like this concept of just being able to do things with your hands so far.
yeah, which is that's country. Here we go.
Things these old boys can't do. Good old tomatoes and homemade wine, and country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Because you can't starve us out and you can't make us run. Those with them old boys raised on shotguns. We say grace, we say ma'am. If you ain't into that, we don't give a damn. Came from the West Virginia coal mines and the Rocky Mountains and the western skies. And we can skin a buck, we can run a trot line, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. I had a good friend in New York City. He never called me by my name, just Hillbilly.
Was that
My grandpa taught me how to live off the land, and his taught him to be a businessman. He used to send me pictures of the Broadway nights, and I'd send him some homemade wine. But he was killed by a man with a switchblade knife. For $43, my friend lost his life. I'd love to spit some beach nut in that dude's eyes and shoot him with my old 45, cause a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Cause you can't stop us out and you can't make us run, cause when them old boys raised on shotgun, we say grace and we say ma'am. If you ain't into that, we don't give a damn. We're from North California and South Alabama and little towns all around this land. We can skin a buck and run a trot line, and a country boy can survive. Country folks can survive. Country boy can survive. Country folks can survive.
I like that track. There was a that part where he talks about his friend losing his life over just $40-something. I was gonna pause and talk for a second, but I didn't want to interrupt the song. I had a friend. She lost her life over something similar. She was working a shift at a bar, and her boyfriend at the time was into some not good things, and they followed her home to get into the house. So they held her hostage at the door to like try to get in, but the dude wouldn't let them in, so they shot her with a shotgun right there in the hallway. She had 2 kids inside.
Jesus Christ?
Yeah, and I think they walked away with like $70. Yeah, it's really sad, and I'll tell you this from spending my time every summer when I was a kid, I would spend it in Republic, Missouri. I'll tell you this, the lifestyle definitely is different, and you do have to be more hands-on with everything. Like I remember watching my grandfather, who grew up in Tennessee, and then also Arizona, and then he moved to Republic, Missouri, is where he lived in Illinois too. He worked at steel mills, and then he moved back to Republic, Missouri. I mean, he was always gardening, pickling stuff, like selling his own he'd make his own apple butter, and he was able to provide just off the stuff he was making in his little garden in the backyard. Like they didn't really need to go grocery shopping besides going to Walmart or Price Cutters. Price Cutters was like their little store they'd go to grab stuff, but you didn't really need to. Could just make whatever they wanted from their own hands, because that's my grandmother and my grandfather were both from Tennessee. So yeah, it's definitely different. It's definitely different than what you see like in the inner city of Chicago, like what Karen and I see versus what's going on, in rural areas.
Any city, I think, is very different than the country.
Yeah, and I like, don't get me wrong. There's pluses, there's pros and cons to anywhere you live in the world. But I'm saying, like, if think about it, when they talk about like, oh, if there's ever a world war and New York gets nuked or Chicago gets nuked, where do you think all these big city people are going to go? They're going to go fleeing towards areas that are more rural, that there aren't bigger cities,
I mean, it won't matter, if things are getting nuked. It won't really matter where you go.
No,
Big
no.
city, small city.
But I'm saying, yeah, if there was like a mass, I'm saying if it was like one bomb dropped.
I'm just saying, were we going to know ahead of time that, you know what I mean?
No, I'm saying like, okay, so say hypothetically, God forbid, something happens to New York, okay? Now the world's on notice. The entire United States is on notice. Everybody's going to flee major areas, and where are they going to go? They're going to go towards the Midwest or towards the South, towards areas that don't have a higher population. They're going to want to go towards the woods, the backwoods. you know, try to escape all that. And most people don't know how to hunt. They don't know how to do half the things that Hank Williams Jr. was talking about in this video, you know? So that's why in the song he's saying, like, country boy can survive. We will survive no matter what you throw at us. They're saying our entire lives we've been blue-collar workers. We've been having to build and do everything our damn self. So no matter what happens, we got this.
Yeah.
I think it's a good anthem for the country.
Yeah, I get that, but
Yeah.
then there's also the other part of me that's like, but being a country boy, and for example, like the story of his friend who got stabbed, being in the country wouldn't necessarily keep you from that, even if you have, you know, a gun or a weapon of your own. I don't know. I think it's
Well, he was in New York when he got stabbed.
yeah, but I don't think that it matters. That's my point. I'm saying
No,
like
no.
if there's a person out there who is crazy, it won't matter. It's like that can happen in the city just as much as it happens in a small town gas station or, you know, whatever. Like,
Well, yeah, it can happen anywhere. I think it comes down to population density because inner cities have more people. Like, so the city of Chicago has 2 million people versus a town with just a couple thousand people. You know, and most people in these rural areas are always carrying. And I don't mean just like one gun.
yeah.
I'm talking multiple.
And that's what I'm saying. There's probably also higher like gun deaths in those places than there are in like Chicago.
Per capita? No.
Mm,
No.
crime rate? I don't know.
Per capita, no. Not even close. I think it's East St. Louis, Baltimore, Chicago, Detroit. It's more inner cities for sure. For sure. If I could be wrong. But you can
I don't
look
know.
it
I
up.
have no statistics, but I can just imagine if you have higher access to guns that there's just naturally.
Google is always a great tool, guys. Go like, go subscribe. Show love to Hank Williams Jr. A Country Boy Can Survive. I like the song a lot. Like I said, I think it's a hell of a song to represent the country. May 29th, they're gonna be Beaver Dam, Kentucky. They're gonna be Texas. Looks
San
like
Antonio.
yeah, San Antonio, Mississippi, LA, Mississippi.
Oh no, that was Louisiana.
Oh, Louisiana, sorry. So let's see. Hank Williams, A Country Boy Can Survive. Let's see, what's it like with the country? Are there more killings per capita in major cities or
Rural town.
rural towns? Let's find this out. Okay, so recent data indicates that rural USC countries often have higher per capita rates of gun violence and overall firearm deaths compared to large metropolitan areas. While major cities experience higher total numbers of homicides, smaller rural counties, frequently have higher rates of gun violence and suicide, with some studies showing rural areas having 37 to 40% higher firearm death rates. Wow, okay, I was wrong. Rural dominance in gun deaths between 2021 and 2024. A majority of U.S. Counties with the highest rates of gun violence were classified as rural. Rural versus urban data. The most rural counties experienced a 37% higher overall rate of firearm deaths compared to the most urban counties from 2011 to 2020. See, I wonder if just suicide has got to be a big factor in here because I keep seeing suicide popping up. Homicide versus suicide. While cities have high total homicide numbers, rural areas often have faced higher overall firearm death rates due to a combination of higher suicide rates.
But
And distinctive patterns of violence.
yeah, it's still, to me, it's like a
Either way, yeah, no
it's
matter where
easier
you're
access to guns, so you have higher rate of gun enabled deaths.
Yeah, well, I mean, even like Chicago, like we have some of the strictest gun laws in the country, but we have some of the most shootings in the world too, or in the country as well.
But that doesn't equate.
What do you mean?
Shootings and deaths are different.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, even with strict laws, what I'm trying to say is no matter where you're at, South, big cities, there's gonna be issues.
100%.
Yeah, there's gonna be issues no matter what, for sure.
But the numbers show it there. Access to the guns has a higher rate of deaths by guns.
Oh yeah, for sure, because it was just common sense. If there's
Of
more
course.
guns, then yeah, it's gonna be
Naturally.
more guns. Yeah, oh yeah. But yeah, it's funny when he said in the song, he said, I had a friend in New York. He didn't call me by my name. He called me Hillbilly.
I was like, is that a friend? Are you trying to tell us that he's not your friend? I'm a little confused.
Well, it's funny because when I would go to Missouri, everyone called me Chicago.
City boy.
No, city boy. What's up, Chicago? I got into a lot of fights over that, but it was still okay, after a while. After you prove your worth, they lay off a little bit. But that's anywhere you go, because it's a cultural change. It's a shift
Yeah.
in mindset.
A stranger in a stranger's land.
Yeah, exactly. Like when I would go to the South, people would think like, oh, he's a rich boy from Chicago, like not knowing like I come from the streets of Chicago with absolutely nothing, probably with less than what is being possessed here.
Right.
And yeah, it's crazy. But either way, the song's great, and I think it's a great anthem. And I think it holds a lot of weight, and I think it is true that a country boy can survive. You're able to build houses and do all these things, like you said. Most people have lost the ability to even change a tire,
Yeah.
or change their oil.
Yep. Self-sufficiency is, I think, the most important thing anyone can teach you. And that's ultimately what this is about, is like generations of passing down different technologies, ideas, techniques. And that's so cool, because if you don't have a history of family to teach you these things, you're out here looking for it, you know?
Well, he said in the song about how his dad taught him how to live off this land,
And
while
his
his other
dad taught him how to live off of him too,
be a
you know?
how to be a businessman. So a little bit different, two different ways of life. One's being a businessman, one's learning how to live off this land. In my opinion, it's good to be a businessman, but in my opinion, it's better to be able to live off land. If you don't know how to plant, you don't know how to, be able to, kill and skin animals and stuff like that, know how long the meat's good for, how to store it. All these things are very important. Just hunting alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how many people, if there was ever any issues, how many people would not make it because they don't know how to get their food. They don't know how to kill
I was thinking about that yesterday. Like, how many people would actually know how to pull apart a firearm or take a safety off, you know?
that. But think about that, let alone trying to go hunting for a deer.
Right.
And there's only so many too, so eventually the food would just dry. I don't even want to think about it. It's depressing to think, man. Yeah, we would all be in a terrible situation, but I think the country boys would survive.
We'd have to find some country friends to
I
help,
got
help
some.
us.
I got some. All my country friends out there, we love and appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Thank you so much for watching with us. And yeah, we hope you guys enjoy. Like I said, Karen and I are here to learn. We're not here to teach anything. So when we watch videos, we're learning about Hank Williams Jr. We want to learn about the country. We want to know the backstory to the song. And let me do a little bit of a meaning. We didn't get a chance to do that. I want to see the meaning of the song, which I think we understand what it means, but you could always learn a little bit about it. So Hank Williams Jr.'s "A Country Boy Can't Survive" is from 1982. So yeah, we weren't even close to born yet. Is an anthem of self-reliance, celebrating rural life and resilience against rising urbanization, crime, and societal shifts. It contrasts rural independent values such as hunting, fishing, and faith with city life, declaring that country people can endure hardships better than those dependent on modern infrastructure, which I have to agree with. Key themes and meaning: self-reliance and independence. The song emphasizes the ability to live off the land, skin a buck, roll a trot line, and exist independently of the city. I think it's off the city, especially during times of crisis. Cultural divide, urban versus rural. It presents an us versus them narrative, which there shouldn't be, but anyways, highlighting a friendship between a rural hillbilly and a New York City businessman in contrast to their lifestyles, ultimately mourning the city friend's death due to urban crime. Resilience and tradition. It serves as a tribute to traditional hardworking values such as saying grace and respecting elders. A rallying cry. The song is considered a proud assertion of identity for rural Americans, emphasizing endurance in the face of changing times, which they have definitely changed more so now than ever since 1982. Contextual factors. Societal commentary. Released in 1982, the song reflects concerns about rising crime rates in American cities. Authenticity. Despite not being born in regions mentioned, Williams Jr. uses the lyrics to represent a broader, idealized, and rugged independent country spirit. I like it.
I do too.
Yeah. I think it's really important when any artist represents just anywhere that they're from or anywhere that's near and dear to their heart. So I think it's a really good song.
There's somebody out there that relates to this song. Lots of people. And that's important to give anyone who might feel like they don't have a voice a voice. That's awesome. I just love that. And yeah, shout out to Mr. Hank Williams.
Yeah,
Jr.
guys, please show love to Hank Williams Jr. Thank you so much for watching with us in our little mini podcast episode. We love you. Stay safe. It's on to the next one. Let us know if there's anything else you want us to see. Comment down below. And yeah, we appreciate you guys. We wouldn't have a channel without you or these amazing artists. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And if there's anything else like we should know about this song, let us know. Where were you the first time that you heard this? What does this song mean to you? Is there anything you want to add on to Karen and mine's conversation? Let us know, and we'll be reading the comments to see what you got to say. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think I got it all.
No? Okay. I'm going to go get stabbed. I love you guys. I'm just kidding. A city boy can't survive.
Because we don't have access to guns. No, I'm kidding.
I do. All right. We love
I gotta
you.
go.
We love you guys. Stay safe. Video pops up right here. We hope you guys enjoy. Let us know what it is. Maybe it'll be your recommendation up next. So comment down below. Rock.
Roll.
We love you guys. Stay safe. We will see you soon.